I'm not Justin, just in case y'all thought. Before I get into introducing this speaker, I'm not prepared for Herman, so just I'm gonna read Joe. It's very brief, okay. But I'm gonna do this exercise with you guys. I like to call it my improve your posture syndrome. Imposter syndrome is real, but I want you to take this minute to check your gut right now and ask yourself some questions. Have you put in effort to get to where you are right now? You can put your hand up. Yes, you can say, yeah, you can respond. There you go, okay. Have you struggled to get here? How many times have you spent doubting yourself? Ooh, okay, I hear it, it's heavy. So you keep on asking, a lot of people ask me about LSAT scores and grades and is this all gonna matter? I'm gonna tell you what they told me in law school when I was freaking out about the same stuff. In 10 years, none of this stuff is gonna matter. If you don't bring the package to the table, as in yourself, your uniqueness, your vibrancy, your brilliance, it's not gonna matter. If the law school that you're choosing to pursue, you are not being pursued by just as heavily, it's not gonna matter. Because if you don't feel valued when you're in the admissions process, you're not gonna feel valued when you're in the room. And I just tell you that because a lot of people sell themselves short, they don't apply, they don't even put the application in because they look at that LSAT score or that grade and say, you know what, I'm not enough. And I'm just here to remind you that this is your gut check, this is your reality check. You are enough. And not only are you enough, in law school, there's this stupid thing called the curve. It is real, and you will spend a large part of your career doubting yourself. If you do that right now, if you put your entire self-worth into grades, scores, and test performance, okay? There are gonna be times where you are the bottom half, okay? And I'm speaking from someone who was in the bottom 50%, not the top 50%. And guess what? I graduated. Not only did I graduate, if you guys have read any of my little bio, I wrote a book about how to get through law school. I started my own law firm. I started my own nonprofit. And not only did I fail the bar once, I passed it on the second go round and learned how to be an entrepreneur in the process. There is so much that we spend time on looking at the success model, and we don't spend enough time on realizing that our own self-criticalness is holding us back. And what I want to remind you is that you're not obligated to share your business. So you know when you get to the law school or when you finally do get in, you don't have to tell anybody your LSAT score. You don't have to tell them the grades that you're making on your test. You don't have to tell them what job opportunities you're interviewing for. You wanna know why? Because all of that is part of your journey, your mission, your plan. And that was really good advice for me because a lot of times we feel the need. How many guys are always updating on Instagram? I got into this school, I made it to this school, and then when you fail something, ain't no post. All right, it's okay because I didn't make no post when I failed, so it's okay. My point is you're not obligated to share your business. You are going through this process. All of these lovely panelists, the fact that I'm even speaking here was because someone will take a chance on you and believe in all that's in you. And I think a lot of times we forget that when we come to these conferences, we just hope someone sees something in us. You have to see some of that stuff in yourself and be able to say, you know what, I don't got everything, but I know one thing, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be at this place, in this room, meeting these people. I heard somebody from Spartanburg, South Carolina, and it was just mentioned by one of the speakers. You know, it's crazy. There's someone in the room from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Someone's mentioning that she'd been there. Those types of connections, you just can't make it up. It's where you're supposed to be. So I tell you that because we get into this shared mentality. You don't want to show your LSAT scores? Don't. You don't want to go to that event that everybody in the law school is going to? Don't go. Be you. Be always yourself. And then the last one is believe in yourself and stand up straight. I don't care whether you end up at a PWI or an HBCU. The comparison is the thief of joy. If you spend all of your time in law school worrying about what about this? What about that? What if they see me cry? Go cry. I cried in the bathroom, y'all. It was great, you know. It helped me feel good afterwards. It helped me feel good before. I was crying before and after exams. Like, oh my gosh, thank you, Jesus. I remembered whatever was supposed to go on this exam. But at the end of the day, you are brilliant. A lot of times in these law school paths, and you'll hear from the speakers, that you are supposed to fit in. There's like this pressure to fit in, be in a clique, a culture. You don't have to do that. You have a unique style. You have a unique strategy. You have everything. All these people are giving you as testimony as to options for yourself. And I just want to end with, you guys are strong, and you are all that lawyer that someone needs in your community, in your space. And I just want to keep that in your heads as we hear these people speak. It's not just that they set out to be inspirational. They were inspirational because they were who they were. They decided to walk in their craft. They decided to be who they are. Mr. Herman J. Felton is the president of Wiley College. And let me tell you something about Wiley College. I met 5 or 6 young ladies at Wiley College when I first came here when I was a student. And crazy enough, I started my nonprofit because of those young ladies, and they were the first people in our mentoring program in my nonprofit. So Mr. Herman J. Felton is going to talk to you guys, but think about that. I met them here. It's always little things. I'll introduce the next speaker as well, y'all. I'm sure.